3, 2, 1, end of test. King with a go.
Well, hello there, and welcome to another edition of Warbird Wednesday. My name is Fred Bell, and I am the Vice Chairman of the Palm Springs Air Museum, and we are continuing down unique aircraft lane. But first, what is this? This is almost a barbet hat, isn't it?
Your Majesty, may I present Ronald the Court Jester? Oh, wonderful! What's he gonna do? Juggling? Bit of slapstick? No, stand-up comedy, sir.
This will go to the children in our education program. Shows I will wear anything that Jason gives me. Now, of course, we're talking today about the Vought, the XF5U, the flying flapjack. Greg can throw up a plan view. I've got a Corsair, which is another Vought product. Throw that up, and we'll get a plan view of the airplane. Now, the idea behind the XF5U was simple. It was a development version of the V173 prototype. This was going to be an all-metal version of the design. It was a Charles H. Zimmerman design. It was an all-metal design, and it was 5 times heavier. So it was a big airplane. I'm going to tell you, you talk about Grumman Iron Works and how tough Grumman airplanes are. I'm going to tell you something about this airplane towards the end of this video here. But this thing, it was big, 650 caliber machine guns. It was designed to be a low aspect ratio aircraft, but high top speed, about 450 miles an hour. They had proven that it would work with the V173. Now, a parasol aircraft or a round wing was not something new. Stephen Nemeth in the 20s had been working on something called the Nemeth Parasol, and that kind of an interesting piece. Greg can throw that up. And Arthur Sack was working on the AS-6, which was a German design all the way up until 1944. It was actually damaged, similar looking design. It was actually damaged, and by the time the airfield was overrun, it was gone. Nobody knows what happened to that design, but there are other people that had the same idea. The challenge was that the damn thing was just so heavy, and when they upgraded it with those R2000 engines, they were still having issues that it was underpowered. The aircraft went through a number of flight tests and taxi tests and short hops, but like the AS-6, they were just having all kinds of problems getting the aircraft off the ground. And with that, I'm going to put this on my spindle and do the salute. And today, this is going to be a little bit different in that this is going to be for all of the guys that I just mentioned. You know, Zimmerman, Sack, and Nemeth. All were thinking outside the box. And you got to remember, this was the time when there was no CAD, there was no computer-assisted design. It was all slide rule, and they were just trying to come up with different ways to attack really the fighter problem, both pre-war in the 1920s all the way up into World War II. This design, the XF5U, would survive the war. But all these guys were really pushing the envelope. And with that, we're going to push that envelope with Sarnak. Sarnak, Jason, 1888 Shirley Temple. You know what, Jason? You touch me as a kind of a guy that would be a Shirley Temple drinker. No? I think maybe. The XF Matt or FX Matt Company, Utica, New York, 190 calories. There's a lot of calories in this bad boy. Go ahead and, oh, it pops, so that's good. Jason, you're not keeping Greg's record where he's like digging sodas out of like buried back rooms of shut down liquor stores. You've got to push the envelope a little bit. But to Zimmerman, Sack, and Nemeth, I salute you for thinking outside the box.
Oh, I eat watermelon and I have 4 years. Sing Polly Wolly Doodle all day. I like watermelon, but it wets my ears. Sing Polly Wolly Doodle all day.
That's a Shirley Temple. Again, Jason, you're just not giving me 90 weight oil to drink. I'm feeling my gastrointestinal system needs a challenge. You got to push a little harder. We'll try it one more time.
You're a man. You are a man. Stand up and be a man.
So we're going to go ahead and put that back. Now, the aircraft also had a lower stall speed, but along with this, the low aspect ratio design. But the problem was when they upgunned it into this larger airplane from the V-173, it just had all kinds of vibration problems. And you can look at that. So you can see it's got these massive propellers on it. The balance is a real challenge. The airflow, and they tried to compensate with this on some of the design, but the airflow and the turbulence over the leading edge of the wing just had to be, with those propellers, had to be just savage. And what ended up happening is they did a number of flight tests. They got some short hops out of the design, but the upgun version of this airplane, of Zimmerman's design, never really flew any flight tests. It just, they could never get it that far. And at that point, at the end of the war, propeller airplanes were going into the rearview mirror, so to speak. Jets were coming, and the project was canceled in 1947, and that is the way it went. Now, I'll tell you how tough this airplane was. When they went to break it up, it was so robust that they actually had to use a wrecking ball to scrap it.
Why won't you die?
Now, it's too bad that they didn't save it. The V-173 has gone into the Smithsonian system, is on loan in Texas, but the upgun version of this did not survive. And that is the end of the XF5U, the flying flapjack. Now, if you're sitting at home and you are bored, you can play Sea Battle. And when I'm saying bored, you can play a board game of naval tactics. Now, if you click on that link, Jason will happily run down to the post office and send you a copy of this game, but you will not want to miss this exciting game of naval tactics for 2 players, Sea Battle. Now, as you can see, I'm standing in front of this venerable Corsair. We cannot do all of that without your donations. There's a donation link in the description. Please click on that. Give us a couple of bucks. We can certainly use it to keep everything going here, all of our exhibits and aircraft. We appreciate it very much. If you're educating those kiddos at home, there are links to our education guides also in the description. Those are free. So use those, teach one lesson or a whole bunch. If you're homeschooling the kids, we want you to do that. If you came across us on YouTube, give us a subscription and a comment. We appreciate that. Forward it to somebody who likes. This is a single take video. This is what we do. Forward that to somebody who likes that type of video, and we will be glad that you did that and appreciate it. We love those subscriptions. If you came across us on Facebook or Instagram, give us a like or a heart and comments. We appreciate those very much. My name is Fred Bell. I am the Vice Chairman of the Palm Springs Air Museum. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
3, 2, 1, end of test. King with a go.
Rise to the blessed day.